Daughter says she went to the beach instead of her father's funeral. And another sea lion attack.
The 9-year-old girl dragged underwater by a sea lion when she was learning how to surf. That bit me.
Plus, special delivery.
What's up, buddy? You like to steal mail?
The Citizens Brigade banding together to take down a suspected mail thief.
Where are you going?
Then,
The college student who says she was turned down by every sorority twice.
I got called fat, ugly, and stupid.
and Passport Glam, the hot new trend. Women getting all dolled up. But will picture-perfect passport photos get you stopped at security?
He said I don't look like my passport.
Then, Blue Jeans Wars. Beyonce versus Sydney Sweeney. Now, Inside Edition.
Hello, thanks for joining us. I'm Mary Calvi. There's a carjacking crime wave in our nation's capital, and this is the latest victim. He's 19 years old and was among the most visible figures of President Trump's DOGE, which aimed to slash government spending. The president says crime is so bad in D.C., he's threatening to take federal control of the city.
Somebody from DOGE was very badly hurt last night. You saw that.
President Trump is threatening to take over Washington, D.C. after a DOGE whiz kid was beaten up by carjackers.
The infamous DOGE lieutenant, Big Balls, was just jumped in D.C.
The 19-year-old former DOGE staffer beaten by a violent mob of minors.
Edward Korstein, a.k.a. Big Balls, a name he chose as a joke for his LinkedIn account, was left a bloody mess after cops say he fought off a gang of teens attempting to steal his girlfriend's car.
Who's Big Balls?
Korstein was hailed a boy genius when he dropped out of college to join Elon Musk's DOGE squad to cut government costs.
One of our initiatives is to root out fraud and waste.
And today, his old boss is praising his bravery. A gang of about a dozen young men tried to assault a woman in her car, Musk says on social media. Edward ran to defend her and was severely beaten to the point of concussion, but he saved her. Carjacking is an epidemic in D.C., and 51% of the perpetrators are juveniles.
Watch out, behind you!
This attempted carjacking happened in broad daylight. A suspect grabbed a golf club to attack the car's owner, who fought back.
Everybody got him!
In this notorious carjacking, an Uber driver hung on for dear life as two teenagers drove off with his car. They crashed, killing him, and then attempted to flee.
Hey, they stole the car! These girls!
And cops say two 15-year-olds beat up Big Balls.
A year ago, my niece was shot.
The beating is sparking an outcry over violence in D.C.
This is a serious crime. A mile from the White House. This isn't a joke.
Tamara Jackam's son, Eric, a 21-year-old congressional intern, was caught in the crossfire of a shootout in June and killed. Now the president is warning D.C.'s mayor, Muriel Bowser, to crack down or he will.
And either they're going to straighten their act out in the terms of government and in terms of protection, or we're going to have to federalize and run it the way it's supposed to be run.
Last week's shooting in a New York office building that left 4 dead shocked the nation. Now we are seeing new video of the shooter having previous run-ins with police in Las Vegas. In one incident, they questioned him inside his apartment about having a gun. As Les Trent reports, the video has many asking, could he have been stopped?
We're learning more about the mental health struggles of the man who gunned down 4 people in the Midtown Manhattan office shooting spree. Just released body cam shows the masked killer, Shane Tamura, interacting with Las Vegas police in the years leading up to the Manhattan massacre.
Active shooter, 345 Park Avenue.
September 2023. Tamura had just won $5,000 gambling at a casino. Cops were called after he refused to identify himself or show ID to collect his winnings and shoved a casino worker.
So they wanted you to show ID. Very simple. You didn't want to do it. Okay, that means they're not giving you your money. So I'm under arrest. Okay? So I'm under arrest. You're having a real hard time. You're being detained right now. I'm asking you, am I under arrest?
He's kicked out, but comes back and tries to re-enter the casino.
You guys can't go in there and cash me out? How do I make rent?
It's a civil issue,
Dude,
Shane.
that's $5,000. How do I make rent?
Not my problem.
August 2024. Tamura's mother calls 911 to report her son is having a bipolar episode.
He said he's going to kill himself. He just said he just can't take it anymore.
He voluntarily agrees to have a mental health evaluation. Last week, Tamora drove cross-country to the Park Avenue skyscraper where he gunned down 4 victims. Now, many are questioning how he was legally able to own a gun with his long history of troubling behavior.
I'm asking you, am I under arrest?
In a suicide note, the shooter claimed after suffering concussions in high school, he was suffering from CTE, the brain disorder that afflicts many football players. Police believe that's why he targeted the NFL, which has its headquarters in that building. A funeral was held for wrestling icon Hulk Hogan yesterday, but someone who was not there was his estranged daughter, Brooke Hogan, who instead spent the day at the beach with her family.
Hulk Hogan's estranged daughter is telling the world why she refused to attend her father's funeral. As the solemn service was taking place, 37-year-old Brooke Hogan posted this photo of herself and her baby twins at the beach. My father hated the morbidity of funerals. He didn't want one, she says. Daddy, we honored you in the simplest way that agreed with my soul. We took our babies to the beach. Brooke has had no contact with her father for 2 years. Her decision is causing uproar among Hulk Hogan fans. Many are slamming her on social media. He's her father. She should have gone. Going to the beach is not honoring your father. Brooke hit back in an interview on TMZ.
Now I'm getting crapped on for not going to funerals and services and stuff like that, when my dad told me specifically multiple times, just burn me up and put me in the back of the ocean behind my house. That's where my dad is. I want to be in the Gulf.
6 pallbearers carried the casket into the church in Clearwater, Florida. He was cremated. The medical examiner listed Hogan's cause of death as a heart attack and revealed he also suffered from leukemia, something Brooke told the Bubba the Love Sponge radio show came as a shock to her.
They're saying, oh, he has leukemia. And I'm like, we don't have cancer that runs in our family. It seems weird. I do think it's weird that no autopsy was performed because, yes, you can have a heart attack, but what was the reason for the heart attack is the question.
Hulk Hogan was MAGA through and through, and to mark the funeral, President Trump posted this photo of the pair arm wrestling. I thought everybody would enjoy seeing this picture.
Last night after the funeral, Hulk Hogan's friends and family without Brooke gathered at Hogan's Hangout, the restaurant he owned, to celebrate his life and legacy. This adorable 9-year-old girl was getting a surfing lesson when she started screaming. So what happened? It was a sea lion on the attack, and in a move wildlife experts say is rare, the animal pulled her under the water and bit her on the leg. Now she's talking with Inside Edition about what happened.
This little girl is the latest victim of a sea lion attack. Carl Olson was rushed to the ER with painful puncture wounds and bruises after a sea lion chomped down on her leg. There she is, close to shore, right before the attack. Here's Ann Mercogliano.
The 9-year-old and her 2 siblings were taking lessons at a surfing camp in Pacific Grove, California, when the sea lion lunged at Coral. She says the beast dragged her under the water.
We were like, oh my God, we need to get back to shore.
Her twin sister Sky and brother Rhodes were with her when it happened.
The sea lion lunged at my sister. It came up and it bit Coral on the leg.
Wow, what did that feel like?
It was like a lot of pain. It really hurt. And I was scared because it brought me down, and it was like really scary at that moment.
Her quick-acting surf instructor rushed Coral and her siblings back to shore.
I scooped up Coral and her brother with Sky on my back and carried them all out of the water.
I straight jumped into my instructor because I didn't want to get bit again.
Sea lion attacks are not unheard of. This one is the most famous. A young girl was pulled into the water from a dock, and her grandfather jumped in to save her. And the attacks appear to be escalating. 4 months ago, this 15-year-old suffered more than a dozen puncture wounds after she was bitten by a sea lion in Long Beach. This man was also attacked by a sea lion off the coast of San Diego. He had to fight for his life for 5 terrifying minutes. I have to ask you, Coral, are you willing and ready to go back in the water?
Yeah, but I'm still a little bit scared if like a sea lion's gonna come up to me.
Experts say normally peaceful sea lions have been going crazy lately due to toxic algae in the water. But in this attack, it's believed the sea lion was just being territorial. Neighbors have banded together in Los Angeles to protect their mail, which they say has been stolen for weeks now. They confronted the man they say is the thief, and it got really ugly with one of the residents pulling out pepper spray. Jim Murray has details.
A suspect is taken down by a band of citizens fed up with their mail getting stolen.
What's up, buddy? You like to steal mail?
The suspect, wearing a bucket hat and orange shirt, tries to flee on a scooter, but he's pepper sprayed.
You like to steal mail?
These neighbors join in, forming a citizens' brigade of crime fighters.
Where are you going?
An all-out knockdown fight ensues as the suspect tries to get in his car. Listen as one of the neighbors smashes his windshield. They also slashed his tires.
Residents here in the Studio City neighborhood of Los Angeles say they've been tormented for many months by brazen mail thefts. And when they finally caught the alleged thief red-handed, they decided it was time to take action.
He actually robbed this apartment complex 4 times in the past 4 days, so he has come every night.
Just a few days ago, surveillance cameras sure seemed to have caught the suspect in the act. He walked into the lobby with a shopping bag and used a master key to clean out the mailboxes.
So the folks around here are so fed up and they're happy that you're kind of standing up for them?
Not everyone likes to see fighting. I don't like to fight. I just want things to stop. Leave my stuff alone. Stay off my street. You like to steal mail? Huh?
That suspect is currently on the lam. The angry residents say they hope the video will help lead to his capture. It's a super busy travel season with 1 out of 4 Americans vacationing overseas this summer. And if you need a new photo for your passport, you may be taking part in a new trend of getting all glammed up. But be careful. If the TSA thinks you look like a different person, you could be in for some trouble.
Getting all dolled up for your passport photo is a hot new trend. Ladies are going full glam.
The most important part of this look is your brows.
Lips, arguably most important part. I'm gonna do my eyes first.
25-year-old Lauren Tibby shared her tips for a flawless passport photo.
I think the key is to just blend everything up. I just looked at a bunch of videos online to kind of get some inspiration.
She admits to being a little vain.
I think I didn't love my last passport photo, so when I look down and I travel a lot, I just wanted to like that picture.
But too much makeup could get you stopped by the glam police, better known as TSA. Yep, Alicia Marie has a flawless passport photo. But on this morning, with no makeup, she looked nothing like her photo.
He said I don't look like my passport.
That sure was a wake-up call.
This is why you should never do hot photos for your passport. Never.
Revian Chang says she was stopped by customs when she visited Vietnam. This is how she looked in her old passport. They had one question.
Is this you? And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, it is.
Here's another tip. If you choose to smile in your passport photo, don't show teeth. That's a big no-no because a big smile distorts the face and throws off facial recognition technology. We'll be back with much more Inside Edition after this.
Next.
It's that time of year when college students gear up for Sorority Rush Week, but this student is not taking part in the festivities. She attends the University of Alabama and says she got rejected from every sorority, not once, but twice. She spoke with Amber Cogliano.
They're the over-the-top University of Alabama sorority recruitment videos. But you won't find this young woman taking part because she got rejected from every sorority, not once, but 2 years in a row.
I did not receive a bid or an invitation back.
We spoke to Morgan Cadenhead and her mom, Lori, who are featured in the new Lifetime docuseries, A Sorority Mom's Guide to Rush. Morgan, how devastated were you when you got denied a second time?
I was absolutely crushed. You try to ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Why wasn't I good enough? What could I have done to be better?
Were you just as disappointed as your daughter?
I was. I just wanted her to have friends. I wanted her to have those connections for the rest of her life.
Morgan, now a junior at the University of Alabama, rushed during both her freshman and sophomore years, posting lots of those widely popular Outfit of the Day, or OOTD, videos on TikTok.
Skirt is from Vineyard Vines. The shoes are from Doc Martens.
Morgan was so anxious to join a sorority, she worked with Coach Bill Alverson, who appears in the Lifetime series.
I don't think you want to be a nutcracker.
Working against Morgan was the fact she posted videos like this critical of the sorority lifestyle.
I just don't understand why we decided we had to make it harder on ourselves and wear heels. Sandals look great, okay?
When your social media presence is based upon the negative of the groups that you now want to be on, that's a massive mountain.
Why do you think they rejected you both times?
I feel like my social media was a huge contending factor for both the first and second time. I got called fat, ugly, and stupid a ton of different ways.
I did not receive a bid.
And before joining a sorority, consider this. It isn't cheap. Membership fees cost between $1,000 and $5,000 per semester. And we'll be back with much more Inside Edition after this.